Let me ask you something uncomfortable. If truth matters, why do the biggest liars have the most influence? Why does confidence beat facts? Why does control beat honesty? Because in this world, truth isn't what wins. It's what survives, after power has decided who gets heard. If truth really mattered, the world would look very different. Honest people would lead. Facts would decide outcomes. Reality would be enough. But that's not the world we live in. Instead, liars rise faster. Manipulators gain power, and truth-tellers are pushed to the side. So the real question isn't whether truth matters. It's this: why does it keep losing? Because if truth is so powerful, why do liars keep winning? Here's the uncomfortable answer. People don't reward truth. They reward what makes them feel safe. Truth threatens comfort. Lies protect it. The human brain isn't designed to seek reality. It's designed to avoid pain. Truth creates friction. It challenges identity. Lies do the opposite. They tell people what they want to hear. They justify bad decisions. They preserve ego. And the brain always chooses the path of least resistance. That's why truth doesn't spread naturally. It has to fight its way through denial, fear, and emotion. A lie doesn't need to be accurate. It only needs to be comforting. And once people emotionally invest in a lie, they will defend it more aggressively than any truth. This is where liars gain their first advantage. Not intelligence, not facts, but emotional control. Because people don't follow what's true. They follow what feels right. Now, here's something most people don't want to admit. Confidence matters more than accuracy. A confident lie beats an uncertain truth almost every time. When someone speaks with certainty, the brain assumes authority. Authority signals power. Power signals safety. So even when someone is wrong, if they sound sure enough, people listen. Meanwhile, the honest person hesitates. They explain nuance. They admit uncertainty. And that hesitation is perceived as weakness. Not because truth is weak, but because humans are wired to follow strength, not correctness. That's why the loudest voice wins, not the most accurate one. Truth requires patience. Lies demand attention. And in a world addicted to speed, patience loses. But there's something deeper happening. Truth doesn't just lose to lies. It loses to power. Because truth by itself doesn't control anything. Power controls platforms. Power controls narratives. Power controls consequences. Whoever holds power decides which truths are visible and which ones disappear. This is why powerful liars rarely get exposed. They don't just lie. They control the environment around the lie. They shape what gets repeated, what gets rewarded, what gets ignored. And over time, repetition replaces reality. Most people don't believe what's true. They believe what they hear the most. And once a lie becomes familiar, it stops feeling like a lie. This is where truth becomes dangerous. Not because it's wrong, but because it threatens the structure holding everything together. Truth exposes cracks. It reveals hypocrisy. It destabilizes systems built on illusion. And systems don't protect truth. They protect stability. That's why honesty is punished. Not openly, but quietly. You're excluded, ignored, labeled difficult. Not because you're wrong, but because you're inconvenient. Lying keeps you inside the group. Truth pushes you outside it. Humans are tribal by nature. Belonging matters more than integrity. So when faced with a choice, tell the truth and risk isolation, or lie and stay protected. Most people don't even hesitate. This is why society rewards liars. Not because lying is good, but because it's useful. If a lie produces results, money, order, influence, success, it gets justified. Morality bends when outcomes look profitable. Truth doesn't promise results. It promises disruption. And disruption scares people. That's why truth tellers are treated as threats. They can't be controlled. They don't follow scripts. They don't protect illusions. And systems don't eliminate liars. They eliminate threats. This is also why lies spread faster than truth. Lies are simple, emotional, easy to repeat. Truth is complex, nuanced, often uncomfortable. In the attention economy, speed beats depth. Emotion beats accuracy. And outrage travels faster than understanding. Once people emotionally attach themselves to a lie, they stop seeking truth altogether. Because accepting the truth would mean admitting they were fooled. And the ego hates humiliation more than it loves honesty. So people defend liars, attack whistleblowers, mock those who question narratives. Not because they're stupid, but because their identity is on the line. When truth threatens identity, identity wins. But here's what liars never tell you. Lies win quickly. Truth wins slowly. Liars rise fast, but they build on unstable ground. Truth doesn't explode onto the scene. It waits. It survives. It outlasts. It erodes lies over time. Power built on deception eventually collapses, because reality always collects its debt. Truth doesn't need to dominate. It just needs to endure. And that's the real cost of honesty. If you choose truth, don't expect applause. Expect resistance, isolation, pressure to conform. Truth isn't rewarded in the short term. It's respected in hindsight. So if you've ever wondered why liars win, it's not because truth doesn't matter. It's because truth doesn't protect you. Power does. And the final question isn't, why do liars win? The real question is, are you willing to lose? To stay honest? Because in a world built on comfort and control, truth will always feel dangerous. And that's how you know it's real.